Sea glass. So this is how I came to be. My oldest, my furthest memory was fire and light and sound. Sound, such a sound. I can hear it still faintly flowing through me. Then darkness and quiet. I then recall my life beside the sea. Wind would blow and flying things would squawk and twitter, build their nests on me, raise their young. This seemed to go on endlessly. Then one day a man was below me, a shovel in hand, and barrels, I counted 3. I was dug and torn from the life that had been, and there was movement. I hadn't really felt movement before. It was pleasant, but different. My next memory was of fire and heat, acrid smoke that choked those around me. I had been through worse before. As I cooled, I was shaped by air with such loving care. I became a vessel of stalwart green, wrapped with something soft and stored away. I recall being filled to the brim with liquid, dark and sweet. The smell reminded me of my life by the sea, sunshine and wind. Movement again after a time in a cool, dark place. I traveled far, so far away it seems. When next I woke, I was on a ship. A man held me and cheered. He tilted me up, then took a sip. I do recall his teeth. They were green, like me. The sky was lit with fire, red and yellow, and there was smoke. There were screams and shouts, and I found myself in the sea. Floating along on waves, pushed by wind for so long, so long. I recall waking on a shore by the sea. Surely I would have been returned home, but no, it wasn't the same. It was so cold, so very cold. I remember ice inside me, and then pressure, and then the water again, soothing, back and forth, to and fro, and sand, and stones, and to and fro, and I slept. I recall a hand upon me, small and warm. I recall a small voice saying, "Ooh, a green ring." I was cleaned and carried in a pocket. I recall another small voice, "Will you marry me?" Tears and a she who put me on her finger and, oh yes, when we grow up, yes. I rested upon a shelf overlooking the sea. That was very nice. I love the sea. It was there that I started to become more aware of the passage of time. The she who kept me, took me down often and put me on her finger. Each time her finger was a little bit bigger, until one time her finger had grown almost too big for me to fit. She put me on her finger one day and wore me. She was all in white, and her hair was red and curly like the fire in that first memory. She smiled like that, light, and I could hear that sound again. She took me off and replaced me with a ring of gold. Afterwards, she hung me on a blue ribbon in her window. She lets another she, a little one like she used to be, wear me on her finger sometimes, while they sit and talk and laugh. I feel magic in that laugh, and I am happy here.